Hey guys, welcome. You're at the Thrifty Journal Shop. I'm Amber. If you are new to my channel, hello. And for all of you guys that keep coming back, you guys are the best. All right, I thought I would share with you a haul that I did. I thought, you know what? It's raining out. I'm going to go thrifting. I haven't been thrifting all summer. I was just looking for some fabric and I thought, I don't know, I sort of have a book obsession. So I'm always looking for children's books and I felt like thrifting. So I thought I would share that with you today. And I'm also probably going to go a little bit off topic. I am going to share some things that I'm going to be working on because some of the stuff that I got pertains to that. Just a side note. So I am going to sidetrack a little bit here. I'm going to actually share the books with you first. I did score the mother load of fabric, though. I'm so excited. Actually, let's go through the fabric first since I'm going to talk about it. So let me move it this way. So this thrift store usually has pretty decent fabrics. This time around, I mean, they had so much fabric. They even had some in the like up at the front of the store. And the volunteer woman, she was so sweet. She said that they had a quilter come in and donate a lot. So she even asked me, she's like, are my prices fair? And I think that their prices for fabric is pretty fair. Um, this is $3.50 and I don't know if these are fat quarters, but there's quite a bit in here. I think this is great. This is $3 and this is, I say upholstery fabric, but yeah, that's quite a bit. And I gravitate towards anything that's got paisley and this type of burlappy sort of material. I love it. This makes for great spines. So I was excited because these baskets were 50% off too. And I thought this is a great way to store. That's one of the challenges I have for my fabric because I store it in baskets and then usually I have to iron it, which is that's fine. But how cool is this? So they had lots of these. Like this is $2. I think this is great. And then they package it up for you really nicely. Bunch of fun colors. I love all color, but pinks. I like pinks too. These would be just fun for whatever. I mean, I love pinks and reds. Then I've got, we might open up some of these, even though I just thought it's so cute how I can store this so nicely. This was $3.50. I like all like the little flowery prints, purples. That's a little darker print, but this would be even fine for Christmas. But I think the reason why I picked it up was because I was looking for like children's fabrics. I don't really have anything childlike, I guess. And I thought, just how cool would some of this fabrics be to be on my spine or for pockets for my glue books or my junk journals? And I love the turtles. I wish there was a little bit more, but I can work this into a spine somehow. Um, so yeah, I think I gravitated towards it because of the turtles. And then I saw these little jungle animals in here. And I thought, oh, this is adorable with, excuse me, the monkeys and the koala bears and the toucan. Yeah, so I was really happy about that. I'm just going to set that aside. I'll tie that back up. So I showed you that one. And then this is some nice thick fabric. Now this is 2 yards for $4, but it's nice and thick. And I love the stars and moons. I thought that is just really cool. Then these are just so unique and different that, yeah, $2 and that's $1.50. I love the flowers. And this is almost like a burlap also. Both of these are like that. Love this with the yellow stars. So I think with like the guy gave me 10% off with the fabrics. And I think so. I think I spent like maybe $30 on fabric, which I think is great. I don't buy fabrics at the big stores. I think I bought a couple fat quarters at Joann's before they went out of business. So My fabric is all thrifted or graciously given to me for Happy Mail. And I find a lot of fabrics thrifting, and I love thrifting for fabric because it's so much fun to find things out in the wild. It really is. And then using it to create something new and give it a new beginning. It makes me happy. So, oh, I know why I picked this one up too, because I saw this this reminded me of like candy corn, but in the yellows, but I saw this in there. How cute is this? Like, I'm going to have to go back because they had so much and kind of peek through, but I was like, Amber, you're good. You're good. You don't need, but how cute is this? It says love. And then this sweet little girl here. Yeah, this would be so cute for like my fabric patch journals. So yeah, I love it. So that was super cute. I'm going to fold that up. I'll stick that back in there afterwards. And then I am collecting and working on bear journals. So when I say bear journals, I've got books for Winnie the Pooh, which those are going to be separate. I am going to have 5 journals coming soon. And I'll talk more about those later. And then I have some Halloween ones from last year that I'll have again. I'm going to re-add to the fodder packs. I've been working on Halloween fodder, but I want to do teddy bear journals or bear journals. I've been collecting for quite a while. I'm going to have, I don't even know how many, because I'll probably release some throughout the year, meaning 2025 and 2026. I'm going to do glue books. I might have some junk journals. So yeah, I love bears and I've got lots of ideas. So I thought this was adorable because I've been looking for bear fabric. So how cute is that? $1. Thought that's great. All right. And so then I got another one. Like I said, they only had 2 of these. Wish they would have had more. I really had to stop myself because I would have brought way more fabric, but I said, Amber, you're good. I love this. This is so pretty. The black and the pretty flowers. And then I thought this was really pretty too, with the little tiny roses. I love turquoise, any kind of blues and greens. I thought this was really pretty. I think this was $1.50. And then I saw this and I thought this was adorable because it had the safari. And this is like a thicker, this feels like flannel to me. How cute is this? Like, I don't have any animal fabrics. So I was like so excited. Like, this is just going to be cute because I have so many children's books I want to turn into glue books. And I wanted some like fun fabrics, like children's animal fabrics. So that will be fantastic. And then I love elephants. I saw this. Like, I think they have giraffes. How cute is this? So totally scored with the fabrics. And then I think this looks like some kind of beach, but this is pretty too. I can use this somehow with the sailboats. Yeah, that is really pretty. I do have some Michigan books I thought about doing at some point. So that could be for the spine. And then I thought this was just really pretty. This is fleece, but I'm going to open it up here. There was something about the homes, the houses, which I love. I like making little houses. I like drawing. I like making journals, like house-shaped journals. And I just thought this was beautiful with all the little cottages. And it almost looks like Great Britain with the stone walls. And it's just beautiful. So I thought, I don't know, this would be great as a spine. Or I even thought of using this as a journal cover. And it's nice and soft. And then this is actually something that I've had, but I was organizing a little bit and I just was so happy about this basket. So that is all of the fabric that I got. So I'm going to move this out of the way here. Okay, just some miscellaneous things. I picked up these markers. I'm always grabbing markers. I go through a lot of markers with making all my fodder lately. So I thought, yeah, for $1. And then these little die cuts are super cute with the butterflies, because I thought these would be awesome to add to like my house, my little whimsical houses. So I'm going to be having some more of these in my fodder packs too. So I just thought those are so fun. Then they did have a Halloween section. So I grabbed these. Let's open these up. I am going to be having fodder packs, guys, available real soon. I'm going to have some for September. I'll go do like a flip through of what's going to be in them. And then I'm going to have some in October. I've been working on the October Halloween stuff too, fodder. And so I thought these would be really cute, these little goodie bags here to stick in with the fodder. So, and then I do have some journals I'm working on also. So yeah, I thought these little treat bags are always so fun. Love the cat. So those are going to be fun to play around with. Then I picked up these. So there's a story here. Now I like picking up silk flowers anytime that I see them, because then what I'll do is I will take them apart. I'll just pull this little thing off here and I will use them on projects. And then I'll usually just use my tacky glue or my glue gun, and I'll pull the leaves apart too. And then I like to add these to journal covers or pages in journals. These would be great on my whimsical houses. But these were for an upcoming project that I'm going to do with you guys real soon here. This week sometime, probably, instead of working on the paper bag series. So I don't need to get into all that. I did say I was going to sidetrack a little bit. I will have my videos for the month of September on Sundays, and I might throw in an extra one. But this week, I thought we would start working on a house journal, because I want to make a trash journal. And I thought, well, why don't we just make a trashy house journal? So we're going to do something like this. I've already got my box, so it's going to be a little smaller. So look for that video. See how I added all of this down here below. This was some silk flowers that I had, and I picked some sticks from outside and I painted them, made the windows. I had this deer, this children's book pages, more sticks up here. And this is just a bunch of scrappy fabrics I have. Now, this base is a paper sack, but I think what we're going to do, because we could do this for the paper bag series also, but because I want it a little bit more sturdy, I think we're going to do one like this. So yeah, there's plenty of time to do more things with the paper bags also. And I had this one. If you guys haven't seen the video, I'll link it. This is my gingerbread house journal, and I had so much fun making this, and I had a lot of requests to make these this year. I'm going to try to have certain things like this, maybe 1 or 2 at a time. The thing is, with something like this, it's just, I don't know how I would ship it yet. I don't have boxes this wide, and I haven't really put into a plan of how to make a smaller one. And I obviously wouldn't put real candy canes, because like these are super sticky. But this was really fun. I just used a cardboard box and painted it. And then I used everything that I had. These were just stuff I had in my stash, children's book pages, fabrics I had. This is tissue paper I used for the snow. This was a piece of quilt I had. I might have mentioned this. This was my buddy Jazz, rest in peace. This was part of his stocking that I used here for the spine. And so, yeah, I love shaped journals. If you guys are interested in maybe doing something like that, yes. And I might have a couple, I might have maybe 2 available this winter. These are just pretty time consuming. And like I said, I'm trying to figure out a way to ship them. All right, so back to the haul. Yeah, so silk flowers are great, guys. I mean, they're just so much fun to add. I've, sewn them on a page in a journal. It's just, I like textile things you can touch. And yeah, you can get these at the Dollar Tree, but I love when I find them thrifting. Okay, so I went there for books. Now, this thrift store is one of my favorites. Their books are like children's books are usually four for $1, and then their hardcovers are $1. They do have books, however, they don't have as many as like I usually find at the library or my other little thrift store that just has books. But today I did score. I didn't find a lot of hardcover, but I found some good stuff. And they were having 50% off all their books and all their board games and their cards and stuff. I was so excited. Okay. This reminds me of Carla Frizzell when she's got a lot of Mercer Mare, and Mercer Mare is just, it's one of my favorites. Like I remember as a kid having Mercer Mare and Bernstein Bears. Like my brother and I were like obsessed. So my brother was born in the 80s. I was born in the late 70s. So like these were just our jam. And I was so excited because 1983, I have not found any of these in the wild. And they've probably been in thrift stores, but a lot of times I don't sit and go through all the soft covered books. Although now I'm just going to start doing that because I like using the soft covered ones for journals also. If you saw my strawberry shortcake series, I used the books and the soft covered ones, and I added them to a base of fabric. I also saw Madeline over at Madeline Diet Designs. She had some Richard Scarry ones she turned into journals. So cool. So yes, I did find, I was so mad and all by myself. And I'm probably going to hold on to these ones for a while until I start collecting some, because I'm going to use these. I just love, it just makes me smile. These just make me smile. So I've seen lots of these on eBay, but there's just something to be said about finding these in the wild. So I will be holding on to these, probably using these in my journals, but I am on the lookout for more Mercer Mare. And then this was just another one I picked up. I thought it was cute with the little trains and the little animals. And like I've mentioned before, I use this a lot for ideas and inspiration to draw. Like this elephant is so cute, and I could almost replicate it and add my own spin on it. So I like to do that. I love all the colors in here. These would just be so much fun in a glue book. And like I said, 50% off, 4 for $1. So I got 4, what? Yeah, I can't do math, but you know what I'm saying. Then I looked through all the books and I found 5 Bernstein Bears. So I think I grabbed them all. And I think I do have one. And so these are going to be part of my bear series. I am going to probably have, I remember this one. I remember all of them. Too Much TV, Ready, Set, Go. Here's a back to school one, which I was going to do some back to school journals. I don't know. We'll see, because I've got some I'm working on. I do still have a little strawberry shortcake one with school, but I will be having a few of these probably in my bear series. Just love the little sweatpants. So yeah, and what is the year on here? I think I looked 1986. Yeah, I just can't even explain the nostalgia, the feeling that it brings. So I was happy with those. And then what's nice about these two, if I decide not to turn these into like use the cover for a journal, I will use all the pages, and I can always use the cover for something else. But more than likely, these will be turned into journals. Then I did find a little Halloween book, and I've been looking for Scooby-Doo also in the wild. I don't find a lot of Scooby-Doo, but I would like to probably at some point do some 80s journals and just throw a lot of not throw, but put a lot of the style of stuff in the journals. So I did get this, and I did find some hard-covered books. Now, I just thought this cover was really cute, and I'm going to clean it up. And I love these large style books. If you guys know, I mean, this is probably like my preferred size, but these just make for awesome glue books. And I thought this would just be a really cute glue book. I might put some fun animal fabric that I got on the spine. I'm going to start having some more glue books. I'm really finding that you guys really love the glue books, and I've gotten so much inspiration from, Madeline makes some awesome glue books, and Carla does. And it's just to use the big books is a lot of fun. And then that way, if I make a nice glue book and I give you a goodie bag, you can just have fun and create. And I'm finding the more I make journals and glue books, like I gravitate towards, I guess, a naked style journal or an unembellished one. But the glue books are just so fun because I love just taking the book and putting like an eclectic mix of papers in there. So that one, then I love this book. This is like the cutest book. Now, I am going to be having some glue books, like some woodland ones probably for November. And I thought this one would be so cute. Now, what's interesting about this, that looks like a Kmart little sticker, is that this is a board book. However, I've been wanting to try to put board book pages into a spine. I don't really want to do like the ring holes. So there's actually only two pages that you would have to put in the journal. And, because these are thick pages, but I thought, well, there's only two. And I could probably hinge them together with fabric. If you're interested in me showing you that process, this is just me doing a template in my head, but I have hinged pages together with fabric, not this, but I thought, how cute would that be? And then just keep this as the cover. I love the bird. It's just the sweetest little book. And I think this is 1985. So yeah, I will have that one. Then I just grabbed this just for the size, and I thought I'm going to clean it up, and this would just be such a fun glue book size. I love the dictionary pages in here. These would be great for fussy cutting. These would just be great to add to all of my other glue books. I could add them this way, or, I could fold them in like that also. And so, yeah, I picked up that one. And then this one, they did have like a specialty, like an older books, like part. And so this was $2, and then I got it for 50% off. So I thought this was a sweet little book. Now, I like books like this because this could be challenging here. It was taped, but somehow I can reuse these pages, and I can definitely repurpose the cover here. I can put a nice spine on it, a nice one of my flexible spines, and I can gussy up the corners here. And so, yeah, that will be a fun book to repurpose. Then this was fun too, just because I like the shape of this one. Now, that's kind of cool with the little flip out, but I love the pages in here. So I'm always gravitating towards garden books. These are great to add to glue books or junk journals. These are just great to add the pages and give them to you so you can do what you want with them. You could fussy cut that. These would be great for glue booking or just adding to your journals. So this is just a fun book and a fun size too. So yes, love that cover. Then I've got just some soft covered fun little books here. This I just thought was so pretty. I love the cover with the paint, and I thought I love that. And the pictures in here are just a lot of fun. This reminds me of the 70s, 1976. How cool. And then I just get fodder ideas. I love that little bird. Oh, we got kind of like a turkey bird here. And these pages, they're nice and thick. So these would be awesome in a glue book or a junk journal. I love all the color. So I gravitated it towards it for the color and just the art in here. How fun is this? So look at that, like making all your own little tie-dye clothes. I love it. And then Yeah, sometimes I actually read these books too and get ideas out of them, especially the craft books. I just love to kind of revisit what they did back then. So that is fun. Love this cover. And then I grabbed this. It was a bear book. And like I said, I'm collecting for my bear journals the little polar bear on the train. How cute. Little polar bear will take me home. So 1996. Yeah, just a fun size. Love the big book. That is adorable. Would be a cute, like even a winter themed. If I am going to have quite a few glue books this winter or for Christmas, I kind of want to have some that are Christmas and winter themed. So not just straight Christmas, but winter themed. Oh, I do have another Mercer Mare. I thought I had another one. So little critters staying overnight. Oh, so cute. Now this would actually be a great cover for a journal. I might have to turn this one into a journal. I like the cover, and I can add a little, I can make it a little longer if I sew it on like some fabric. It's a great one. Then the Golden Book. Love this cover and just all of the fun pages in here with the animals. Love all the animals. And this looks like an older book too. 1977. So then they had these two. So I just grabbed both copies. I thought these pages are really cute. Once again, these will be great for my bear. I'm going to do glue books and junk journals. So I grabbed both of those copies. I actually really think this cover is pretty too. That would be something great to just add with the glue book. And then you could, cut this out if you wanted to and add it to a page, even with the back cover there. And I like these Doyer coloring books. I've got a few bird ones. So this was just something different too. I liked the Wild West sort of theme to it. These would go great in a glue book, or if I was doing if I was doing like a farm Western theme at some point, I might add those. But with my journals, I like to add everything and anything in there just to have an eclectic mix. Then, of course, just more fun farm, the Whitman. How cute is that? I love that cover. So too bad it's not a hardcover, but I actually just gravitated towards it, and I thought this would be a fun glue book. And I'm all about taking this and making it into like a harder base, but still have a softness to it. And then look at these pages in here. And it's like the vintage looking, which probably it is a little vintage. Well, I don't know. It doesn't have, but these are fun. Love coloring book pages to add to glue books and journals. It's just like one of my favorite things to do. These just remind me of when I was a kid also. I don't know if you guys ever had, leave a comment down below if you guys ever had those gigantic coloring books. Like, I don't even know how big. Huge. We used to have those like around Christmas time. My grandma would get us one. They were, oh my goodness, I don't even know. They were huge. They were like at least 3 coloring book lengths, and then they were wide. Yeah, I don't see those anymore. Those would be interesting to find one of those and fold the page and somehow get it into a journal. And then this was just in the Halloween section, and I grabbed it. I might add some of this to my fodder packs or save this for next year for when I do some Halloween journals. All right, before I go real quick, I just wanted to show you this journal. I am going to be having some journals and glue books. I have one glue book. I'm going to be having a few here in September and some in October. Not sure when I'm going to have this one available. I do have one other Halloween one. And then I've got some Halloween ones from last year that I will reflip through again with you guys. And I'm going to be adding some extra stuff to them I'm making some Halloween fodder. But this is, speaking of soft covered books, and I do actually need to clean that up a little bit. There's a little glue there, but yeah, I just took this. My goal here was for this one was I was just going to use all of what I had. I wasn't going to go out and buy anything new. I had fabric that I had gotten last year from the Dollar Tree. This was some thrifted fabric. This was some pom-poms that I had. And so I just extended a little bit here, and it's going to have all of the original story in here. I've got all the pages, and then I just made some really fun, wonky fabric pockets. This was some fabric I got last year at the Dollar Tree. And yeah, I'm going to have like a lot of elongated papers. There's going to be lots of wallpaper in here. I did some painty papers the other day with some fun fall colors. And so, yeah, I will have this one at some point. And yeah, I'm just going to be making a few here and there. I think right now I've got 5, but any more than 5 or 6, I get a little overwhelmed. I think I had 12. I did 12 for the strawberries shortcake ones. I still have 2 in my shop. That was a little overwhelming. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, I got a little overwhelmed. All right, and then the last 2 things I picked up were some cards. So they had 50% off their games and cards also. So I love these little creative child game, the Rummy, or just this brand. I find a lot of these at this particular thrift store that I go to, and I love them. Like the painting, story time, building blocks. Sometimes they'll have a theme of like jobs, and they'll have the painter, the zoo person. They're just really cute. Schoolyard games, afternoon snacks. So some of these would be great for back to school things too. So yeah, I love playing cards. I love to add these inside my journals to make as a tuck spot, or just to put in my packs when I sell a journal, or just these are great for fodder packs also. Then I was really super excited to find this. So any chance I get, if I see like an old school Monopoly game, I will pick it up. And this was $2 because it was 50% off, which I thought was great. So the last time I was at the thrift store, they were selling just like this without the board, I think for $1. So for those of you guys that don't know, I love Monopoly. It's very nostalgic to me. My brother and I, my cousins, we all used to play it as a kid. And this is one of my favorite things to add to a journal. I just love sewing this on a page of my journal. I love tucking these in pockets, giving this extra to you just to play with. There's something just really, I don't know, it makes me smile every time I see it. And it's so funny because when I was a little girl, I used to take like some of this to church, and I would put it in the communion little basket, or not the communion. I would put it in the offering basket. And so, and a couple times I made like the church bulletin, because I like would donate like a $500 bill. And so I don't know. I think my mom used to just be like, Amber, do you have any of that in your purse? Because I would just stick it in my little purse, go to church. And I don't know why my mom wouldn't even see me. Like I would sneak it in there. And I don't know like who the usher was, that they didn't like say little girl, but maybe they thought it was cute. So anyways, yes. And then these little playing cards I love because yeah, I love to add these also in a journal, make little pockets or tucks out of these. And I know I go through this like crazy because I know I've already gone through a whole set of the Monopoly money, and then I got another one. Then also I like these little pieces too, and Jeff is going to help me. I've seen Carla do it. Drill a hole through some of these little game pieces, and I'm going to start making charms at some point. But I don't know about these little plastic houses, but yeah, I'm going to talk Jeff into doing that. He likes to help with that kind of stuff. He's a handy guy, so yeah. And then I've got the board here. Now I already looked at it. It's not the best. I do keep these because I'm always thinking, oh, maybe one day I'll like use half of this and make a journal out of it. But this one's pretty beat up, but this is nice chipboard. And I thought, you know what? This would be a great size if I just decided to use this for myself and paint it and turn it into like one of my trash journals. Or I could even, use this as a base of a journal, add a sauce spine, and make a journal also and stick it in my Etsy shop. But I will reuse this, and then I like it too because you can store that pretty easy. And as for the box, I'm not sure. Sometimes I cut these boxes up, or this would actually, this would be a great shipping box also. So somehow I'll try to reuse the box too. Anyway, guys, I hope this gave you some ideas and inspiration. And yeah, I hope you are all doing well. Stay tuned for more paper bag series ideas and also that prompt challenge I'm doing. All right, guys, I hope you find some sunshine or some raindrops. It's raining here today, actually. I'm enjoying the rain, and I hope you find some creative space. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.